Welcome to Tennis Spin, where we put our spin on your tennis. You know, I've been in the tennis industry for 35 years, as I always tell you, and I feel like tennis is one of those sports that's very environmentally unfriendly. There's a lot of waste in tennis, especially in a tennis shop. So I'm going to go over ways that we can, help save the planet through tennis. Stay tuned. All right, so I know that we're kind of a wasteful country, and the new generation and all of us have to pitch in and basically help save the earth. Now, we all have to kind of do our part. The tennis industry is kind of a little behind in trying to save the planet. So, but what spurred this video was actually my buddy Mahul from England. And Mahul writes, I have a question. Since a lot of tennis strings are made of plastic, are there going to be more environmentally friendly strings coming? That's a great question. From what I've researched, there is at least one company trying to make sustainable strings, meaning it's recycled materials that can be made into tennis string and then afterwards can be reused and remade into tennis strings again. There is currently a company that will also take tennis strings and repurpose them into other things too. So one company's making them and you're able to recycle them later. And there's one company that's actually taking current strings and they're able to repurpose them right now. But, it's a small segment in the green world of tennis. Now, some of the things that we can do though, as tennis players, as consumers, of how to save the world, as tennis players is, guys, I know you guys probably don't want to do this, but consider buying a used racket. I know it's kind of unheard of for all you people who have to have the latest and greatest toy. So if you're just going to go out and maybe play once a year, a couple times a year, maybe borrow a racket. Borrow it from your parents. Take that wooden racket out. Not just kidding. But just, maybe you don't have to own one. That would be one way of, saving a racket, let's say. Or demo a racket instead of purchasing it. But I know all you people who have to have the latest and greatest toy, if you're not using those rackets anymore, either repurpose them in, donating to the nearest, foundation for youth tennis, or just sell them so that it gets repurposed to somebody else who would want that racket. Okay, so that would be the way that we would kind of recycle the rackets. But let's take a look around the store here. Let's take a look around the store. I mean, we talked about the racket. Obviously, these placards can be recycled. The string is going to landfill. I've always complained about Head telling me cool earth and wasting this paper on it, and this plastic piece that is going to be in landfill. Anyways, and obviously this plastic is going to go in the landfill. All right, so clothing. maybe buy used clothing. Donate the clothing that you have instead of throwing it away. Like take it to the local Goodwill, Salvation Army. I mean, somebody will hopefully wear it. I mean, I'm sure a lot of that stuff that you've outgrown that don't fit you anymore because you got COVID weight right now, you know, just let it go. Let it go. Donate it. Somebody can use it. All right. You know what I'm talking about. All right. So caps and visors here. People have always told me, because I used to be wasteful in my caps, I used to just chuck them out after they turned brown, you know, from all that sweat being on the court. You know what I'm talking about. Because you wear a white cap, get all brown like right here. You know. Most of these can be washed. I was shocked when I threw my white cap in the wash and it came back out not sparkling white, but a couple shades darker, but not horrible, okay? Try washing somebody's caps. I know it's like they're washing a cap. That's what I used to say. But give it a shot. You know, try, you know, basically use it until it's done. Because we can't donate a cap because ain't nobody gonna wear your cap. You know what I'm saying? So wash it. Okay. Maybe, you know, do what I do. I save some of these caps, and when I do my, I don't freaking garden, but I definitely weed, you know, and all that stuff. So I put that cap on, and it doesn't matter if crap falls on it and whatever, you know, it's just my yard work cap. You know what I'm saying? All right. Let's move on. The surprising thing is that grips are actually recyclable. I was pretty shocked when I read that. So the grips with the rubber pieces, the over grips, that can actually go in the green bin. You can recycle that. The cardboard obviously can be recycled. This blister pack, I'm not 100% sure. It depends on the bin, but I think they are able to recycle this blister pack now. Obviously, you don't want to recycle your sweatband, but, you know, grips are shockingly recyclable. Okay, let's get over here. Yeah, we ain't going to talk about socks, but let's talk about shoes. All right, this box is obviously recyclable. I recycle this, but I'm not sure. I think they are able to do this now. Now, you know what they say, one man's garbage is another man's treasure? For those of you who switch shoes as much as I do, which is about 2 to 3 months, that 2 to 3 month shoe is somebody's treasure, okay? If you donate that, or if you can find somebody who can use that, unless there's a hole in it or it's like 0 tread left, I mean, somebody can use it. So don't just chuck it. I mean, I feel like back in the day, I thought Nike had a program that repurposes shoes for children's playgrounds. I'm not sure what happened to that program, but I feel like somebody should open one of those up again so that we can chuck the shoes in there and have it grinded up and be, you know, repurposed into something that we don't have to basically make a playground from new material. You know what I mean? So, you know, this usually just goes to landfill, and I mean, you guys own tons of shoes. I own tons of shoes. It just, you know, piles up in the waste. All right, so the cardboard can be recycled. I learned that you can actually throw this into the recycling bin. So as many years as I complained about Babolat being so wasteful and anti-environmentally friendly, you can throw this into the number 5 of the triangle recyclable plastics. So throw this in the recycle bin. You can do that. But most of the packaging can be recycled. The string, as I told you, can be recycled. Gut is the most environmentally friendly, natural gut, environmentally friendly string on earth because it came from a cow. It's actually a byproduct of a cow. It's their intestine. That's why it's called gut. Unless you eat that, which some people do. I might have. It's tennis string. So, and when it goes back into the earth, it biodegrades, unlike nylon or polyester. So, the most environmentally friendly string is natural gut. Also the most expensive. All right. So let's talk about the most wasteful thing in tennis now, though. This can is recyclable. I repeat, throw this in the recycle bin. Unless it states that you can't. But I know that there's always been a question whether the can is recyclable. You can recycle this can. Okay. You can even recycle this metal piece. Okay. But now, the problem with tennis balls is the actual ball itself. That goes into landfill, and a crap load of those balls go into landfill year after year, tournament after tournament. Repurpose those balls, guys. Give them to people who need them. The old folks' homes for the bottom of the walkers. Schools need them for bottom of the chairs. Dogs need them at the local pound to play with. Try not to throw them away. I know that certain clubs and facilities will collect them and basically, reuse them for serving and for little kids. I know Wilson has a program for recycling. Check that out, wilson.com. They'll send you out a green bin. You load it up with balls. You send it to them, and then they'll resend you another empty box. It costs a little money, but it's for saving the earth. But a ton of balls get basically wasted into the landfill every year. I wish that they would actually make like a park mats out of this too. Between balls and shoes, I figured you can grind up both of the rubbers and make a great, playground mat for the kids. When they fall off the thing, at least they fall into a soft rubbery surface. So that's, but balls are like the biggest waste in tennis. Mahul, thank you for the question. I'm hoping that tennis will be a lot more environmentally friendly in the near future, because we are chucking a lot of stuff in the garbage. Thank you for watching Tennis Spin, where we put our spin on your tennis.